Today guys, we're going to be going over the top 6 most common dermarolling mistakes when using a dermaroller. If you're making any of these mistakes, it could dramatically slow down any progress that you could be making. Make sure to stay tuned. So guys, let's get straight into it. The top 6 most common dermaroller mistakes for reversing hair loss. At number 1, we've got using the wrong dermaroller. Now, microneedling / dermarolling is used for a wide variety of conditions, from acne to pigmentation disorders to fighting aging, you name it. So it's no surprise to find a ton of different microneedling devices on the market. That means you've got dermarollers, dermastamps and dermapens, and they come in all sorts of arrays and needle sizes. It can get bewildering. So rather than trying to figure it out for yourself, what you can do is click the link in the description below this video. This will take you directly to the free HairGuard dermaroller for hair regrowth. It's the very top link in the description, you cannot miss it. Our dermaroller is specifically for hair loss, with an ergonomic handle for treating the scalp and medical grade titanium needles. The needles are 1mm in size, which is the optimum size to stimulate hair growth. As I said, it's completely free. You just covered the cost of shipping and we cover the cost of the dermaroller. At step 2, we've got using it without a topical stimulant. So we have some very encouraging research out there on the positive effects of combining microneedling with a topical stimulant like minoxidil. Actually, let me rephrase that. These aren't encouraging results. They're actually pretty mind-blowing. Short of a hair transplant, they're amongst the best results that you'll find in the entire hair loss literature. You basically amplify the effect of minoxidil by a factor of approximately 4 times. You go from the standard minoxidil range of around 20 new hairs per centimeter squared to values that exceed 90 hairs. It's a different ballgame altogether. So why exactly is this? Well, you get the regrowth that you'd get from dermarolling, the regrowth that you'd get from the topical stimulant, and then you get an interaction between the two. This is due to the tiny wounds that the dermaroller creates on the outer skin. They allow the topical stimulant to be absorbed much more easily, and it's this increased absorption that probably accounts for the majority of hair regrowth. Now, as I said, the results with minoxidil are pretty mind-blowing. But minoxidil is a powerful medicine that can have side effects for some users. A lot of people opt out of using chemicals and instead opt for natural topical stimulants to help regrow hair. If you're going to use a natural topical stimulant, we recommend looking out for something called safflower extract. In a 2011 study, safflower extract beat minoxidil's hair regrowth score by almost double. Other notable topical stimulants that have performed well in studies include saw palmetto, Eclipta alba and caffeine. After reviewing the literature, we designed the HairGuard Scalp Elixir to contain all of these ingredients amongst many others. These natural topical ingredients can be difficult to find and difficult to store, so we wanted to create a product that combined high quality ingredients and is available at an affordable price. This makes things easier for people that want to use an all natural solution, especially if they want to combine it with microneedling. Are we saying that minoxidil is ineffective? Absolutely not. But if you use a combination of the right natural ingredients, it is possible to achieve similar results. I've linked to the Scalp Elixir in the description below. It comes with a 180-day money-back guarantee, so it's entirely risk-free to try. At number 3, we've got the wrong treatment frequency. So the trick with dermarolling is that you don't want to overdo it. If you treat too frequently, you just won't give your scalp the chance to recover after each session, and the results won't be optimal. You can think of it like lifting weights. When you lift at the gym, your muscles get sore, and then because they have to literally break down and rebuild, and when they're still feeling sore, you probably won't feel like lifting weights again. It's your body's way of telling you that it's still not ready. Well, it's very similar with dermarolling. After you dermaroll, your scalp is flooded with signaling proteins that initiate tissue repair and regeneration, and you need to allow these processes to play out in full before starting your next session. Otherwise, you'll be damaging your skin before it's had a chance to fully repair itself. So you don't need to be dermarolling more than once a week. Ideally, you can schedule your session for the weekend so you won't be under time pressure and you can do the treatment properly. On the other hand, you don't want to space out the treatments too far because the efficacy might diminish. And number 4, we've got poor hygiene. So guys, I cannot overstress the importance of maintaining good hygiene when you dermaroll. Dermarollers are pretty safe devices, but if you get an infection, it will set you back with delays, and it might put you off continuing treatment altogether. So first of all, you want to have your scalp and hair clean prior to application. Ideally, you want to shampoo thoroughly prior to a dermarolling session and let your head dry in the air without rubbing it with a towel. But even more importantly, you also want to have the dermaroller properly sterilized. Do you know what the opposite of sterilized is? it's dirty. So your dermaroller might very well look clean to the naked eye, but I can assure you that if you haven't sterilized it properly since your last treatment, it will be covered in countless bacteria and other pathogens. When it comes to sterilizing your dermaroller, there are two basic ways. You can soak it in alcohol or boil it. Whichever way you choose, remember to allow the dermaroller to air dry. Also, because you can get a free dermaroller by clicking the link in the description, if you're in doubt, just order a new one whilst they are still available. At number 5, we've got improper technique. Proper technique is the key to getting good results, and there are two things that you want to make sure that you are getting right: the pressure and the direction. With regards to pressure, you obviously don't want to go too light, but you also don't want to overdo it. So you should definitely feel the needles at a mildly uncomfortable level, but not to the point where it draws blood. Now, I do want to be clear that some researchers do recommend that you get pinpoint bleeding. In our experience and from the experience of many users, this is not necessary. You can get just the same results without visible bleeding. Now, with regards to the direction, the key is consistency. So you want to settle on a pattern of application and use it consistently across the entire scalp. You should cover all directions, up and down, side to side, and diagonal. Go over each direction 2 to 3 times. And guys, at number 6, we've got not giving the treatment enough time. So as with any other treatment, you have to give it time to see results. Remember that you're stimulating hair to move from the telogen resting phase back to the anagen growth phase. And when the follicle is back in the anagen phase, you need to allow for the new hair to grow long enough to the point that it's visible. So allow 3 months as the minimum, and within 4 months you'll have a pretty good idea of how well the treatment is working for you. Consistency is key. Now, as I said in the description below, I've linked to our free dermaroller, and I've also linked to articles on our blog where we break down the science behind the dermaroller and give you some other tips for best practices. Guys, click the video on the screen now for a more comprehensive one-on-one guide on dermarolling, and also you can click here to learn the truth about male pattern baldness. Thank you.